Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Krimzonknight Gaming. I am Krimzonknight, and this is where I do the gaming. I hope you all are doing well. I'm doing all right. Sorry, give me 1 second. Just trying to. Okay. Yeah. I'm doing all right. Hope y'all are doing well. We're going to be getting back into Assassin's Creed Odyssey here in just a moment. But before we do that, just a quick housekeeping item, essentially. Or at least I'll try to keep it quick. Y'all know I can talk. Anyway. But let's see here. What was it? Did I have? Actually, I don't think I did have a thing other than the usual. So, check out the Linktree. I am live. If you're new here, I am live every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at around 7 p.m. US Eastern Time on twitch.tv/KrimzonKnightGaming, and simultaneously over on, unless TikTok's having a problem, over on TikTok at Krimzonknight over on TikTok as well. You can find links to those in the Linktree. If you would rather not catch me live or are unable to catch me live, or just want to catch up on my backlog of 5 years worth of streams. I keep pointing it out like that because it's still wild to me that I've been doing this for 5 years. Jesus, almost, actually, we're closer to 6. It's 6 years worth of streams. Wild. Anyway, if you want to check those out, you can find them over at youtube.com/@Krimzonknight, and that's the @ symbol thing. Yeah, little, yeah. So yeah, check that out if you feel so inclined. If not, that's perfectly fine. Also in the Linktree, you'll find links to my socials, my Discord, Twitch. Let's see, what's all in there? In my Linktree, there's, hold on, socials, Discord, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Oh, my Ko-fi and my Patreon, and well, a bunch of other stuff as well. So check that out if you feel so inclined, and if not, again, that's perfectly fine. The Ko-fi and the Patreon, if you're unaware, are ways that you can throw money my way if you feel so inclined, if you're willing and able, and or feel so inclined. The Ko-fi is basically how I treat it, basically like my tip jar. It's a way to just throw a couple bucks my way if you want to show your appreciation or want to help out or whatever. If you want, the Patreon is a monthly subscription thing. If you're if you are wanting to be a bit more involved, or just want to do the monthly subscription thing, or specifically want your money to go to making this all better, then that would be the way to do that. Excuse me, that would be the way to do that, because that is where my brain is not working. I'm sorry. Hold on. That would be the way to do that. Yeah. I guess that's a hard stop, the hard period there. Anyway, so yeah, check those out in the Linktree. Again, Linktree/Krimzonknight. It's written out above my head on screen. At the top of the stream, at the top of the screen on TikTok. You should be able to see it fine. And it's also above my head on Twitch as well. It's like right around here. So yeah. Anyway, do I have anything? I thought I had. No, not that I can think of. So yeah, I guess it's back into the game because I got nothing else to talk about, and that's good and fine. I talk too much anyway. Oops. Anyway, 1 second while I put my my stuff where I could see it. All right. right, so last time we were in Evia, or Evia, I believe is how it's pronounced. We killed the Cult of the Cosmos member. We did some other stuff. We got the Hind of Kirinea. Yes, there's a lot of undone stuff. That's because from what I recall, we will be back here. We'll be back here later. So I'll do that another time. But yeah, our main thing is to come over to Skyros, which is this island right here. Mission wants us to go there, so that's where we are ultimately heading. However, we're gonna hit this first. Oh wait, hold. 1 second. Okay. Hello? There we go. That insect. Okay.
I can't believe they stole it. Of all the things they could take.
You say somebody stole something?
Somebody stole something? Look around. Bandits took almost everything. And worst of all, they stole my family's vase. After so many generations, it's gone.
Objects are replaceable, or heirlooms are priceless. Or, sorry, are precious. Cassandra is a person who has been completely separated from her family. Honestly, I could see her responding either way to things. Either she would feel like, oh, things like this are not important, or because, you know, she never had them. Or she would feel like they are precious to have because she never had them. I feel like with how old she was when she lost her family, or was separated from her family, I should say. I feel like with that age, because she was like 10-ish, I think. Maybe a little younger, but not by much. I feel like she'd be old enough to remember things that she wishes she had to hold on to, kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go with the heirlooms of precious.
I carry with me something passed down from my mother. I appreciate the value of family heirlooms.
It's strange how
That too,
inanimate
the spear.
objects can generate real feeling in us, isn't it?
How much is this vase worth to you?
I pay a substantial amount of drachmi for it. A very substantial amount. Is finding my vase something you could do?
I'll find your vase, but I'll need some ideas of where to look for it.
Speak with my slave near the warehouses. I sent him to uncover what he could from other slaves in the area. Hopefully he's learned something by now.
I'll return if I find the vase.
All right. Yeah, but like I also forgotten to take into account. Yeah, her spear is an heirloom as well.
Your master tells me you might have learned something about the missing vase.
I have, but I'll need something from you before I can talk about it.
I don't like ultimatums, or your master is already paying me. Let's go with your master's already paying
I
me.
have a working agreement with your master. We're all on the same side, so tell me what you need.
You're a rose amongst the weeds.
So, what do you need?
I'm hoping that after you retrieve the vase, you'll tell my master that I told the bandits to loot the house.
Why would you want to do that?
After the summer solstice, my master plans to give me my freedom. But I don't want it. I'm hoping that if I take partial blame for the crime, I can offer my continued servitude as atonement.
That's ridiculous. But I'll think about it. Now, tell me about the bandits.
Other slaves in the area assure me that the bandits from the northern hills of Mount Ohi are the ones ransacking the nearby homes.
Where exactly on the mountains are the bandits?
Northern hills of Mount Oshi. Is there a more precise place I should look for these bandits?
The slaves mentioned there's a copper mine in the area. That's where I'd put my hideout if I was a bandit.
Why not just accept your freedom? Because I'm nosy.
I'm curious why you're not excited to have your freedom.
With my master, I have purpose, responsibilities, food, and shelter. All these things I wouldn't have on my own.
With your freedom, you can acquire all that, you know.
We all have different circumstances and abilities, Mistios. This life offers me the best chance of survival.
Yeah, speaking purely from a historical point of view, historical slavery was not what the slave trade was. That was a completely completely abused system that twisted what had been a historical thing. Now, again, I'm not saying one way or the other whether it was good or bad or whatever, but historically, being a slave was another term for what we would call these days indentured servitude. Which, I mean, like closest to that, but kind of like not quite that either. So, like, yeah, it was not what we think of these days when we hear the word slave, or think of slavery. Yeah, it's important to remember that what happened, what the American slave trade and the other and its predecessors and whatnot did were not okay, of course, obviously, but the historical predecessors of that were like a criminal was captured, and if there was no jail, they were sentenced to doing community labor, or they to make restitution, or they were or somebody who couldn't pay their debts would be become essentially employed by the person they owe their money to, kind of stuff. Indentured stuff. Not what we know of today as slavery. And yes, I'm very much aware that this skin tone and this topic, very, very careful. But purely from a historical standpoint, the horrific and I can't even think of the words to describe it, horrible event that was the American slave trade, and was not what they're talking about here. In fact, I'm very surprised that like when I first played this game, I was very surprised that Ubisoft did not just say did not call them indentured servants, because that's usually what we call them today in like history classes and whatnot when we're talking about this kind of and the fact that they went with the historical term rather than the more modern understanding of it drew me for a loop. And still kind of does. But yeah, it's yeah. Anyway, basically, people could back in the day, way back in the day, people could essentially, if they could not afford to live on their own, be like, hey, can I be your indentured servant? give me room, board, food, and I will work for you. until you don't want or need me anymore, or I pay off whatever debt or whatever, you know. It's, yeah, that's what they're talking about here, not what we know today as slavery. Yeah. Anyway.
I will go find these bandits and get your master's vase.
Remember what we talked about when you return it to my master.
Again, not to say that this was like ideal or perfect or anything like that, because it was still a problem, right? Like, people still abused that system, just as everybody, like, people abuse every system, right? So, like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't perfect, it wasn't better necessarily, it wasn't as inhumane, it wasn't as horrific necessarily, as it depends. Depends on where, depends on who, and depends on etc. Whereas the more modern thing was just horrible. It wasn't strangers coming into town and coming into an area and taking whole communities worth of people and shipping them elsewhere. It wasn't that. Yeah, I'm gonna shut up now before I dig myself any deeper.
Come on. The bandits are in the northern hills of Mount Ochi. There it is. A copper mine. The mine. If the slave's right, the vase should be here.
Coming!
What's going on down there? Oh, a Spartan wandered in. Lol.
Die, dog!
I love that when random NPCs just wander around and end up in a situation like this.
You die here!
They have not gotten him yet. He's a higher quality character than they are. Oh, this one might be a problem for him. Because he's a higher quality NPC than this guy is. And again, there are a lot of them. He also hasn't really killed any of them, it looks like.
You can't win!
They got him.
Ow!
Oh, there was another Spartan. What is happening right now? Wild. Alright, looks like they got him again. Alright, so that's both Spartans down. Wild. Absolutely wild. Alright. Let's see.
I should watch my step.
Oh, I know where I should. Perfect to my assassin's gear.
I should take a look.
I dipped into his cone of vision as I went through that tree.
Go! Go!
Wow, she's not having a good day.
I can't get out! Help!
Okay, run.
Freedom! Thank you!
All this trouble over an old vase.
You have given me my freedom. How can I ever repay you? Τρέχουν προτού ματαιωνέστε. Μπορώ εδώθεν.
Ah, I see they've decorated.
Ella.
Now, do we want to tell this guy
Have you
or
found my
not?
vase?
Yes.
That's great news. Who took it?
Bandit stole it, or your slave helped steal it. The guy asked us to, but I'm worried that that'll backfire and not get the guy what he really wants. I'll just
It was
tell him.
taken by bandits, hiding in the copper mine north of here.
Well, you returned it, so at least there's some justice. Here's the reward I promised.
You know, your slave is very loyal.
There we go.
You've already granted him his freedom, but I think you should keep him on. He may even want that.
There we go. Good
Is
consent.
it true? You want to stay?
Yes, I do.
Then why didn't you say something?
It's not a slave's place to question his orders. Isn't that right, Misthios?
Your life is your own, or respect your master's orders. Your life is your own.
Even though you're a slave, your life is still your own. You should have just asked your master to stay.
Please accept my humblest apologies, Master. I will never do it again.
All is forgiven. It worked out the way it was supposed to.
And now I have a weapon called the Slave's Sword. Alright, back to the Adrestia. Well, not back to, but now to. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to slam into you like that. That was rude. I don't want that. Sorry.
to depart!
Commander on board!
There's a question I've been meaning to ask you.
Go on.
Your spear. How did you find it?
My mother told me that the Spartan army brought it back in the Battle of Thermopylae.
Why bring it back to me?
Leonidas was her father.
Incredible! And it gives you visions. Perhaps it's trying to guide you. Show you a path.
There's more. It helps me in battle.
What do you mean?
Can't really describe it. It's like I know what my opponent's next move will be just before it happens.
Fascinating. This is just extraordinary.
In-game lore reasons for some of her abilities, basically.
That's no pirate ship! It's the Pope! Battle stations!
They're coming from Skyros. Of course the Malakas cult's involved in the dagger. Ready for battle!
That's who we're talking.
Ready arrows!
We're taking damage from that fire!
Ready, go! Get ready! Archers! Get ready! Arrow!
Looks like we're
Ready yourselves! Let's board the bastards!
Swapping out this and this for this and this. Now that I'm done with that, let's see here. Somebody on TikTok has urged me to not spend my life like this. Hi, Mex, I assume is how that's pronounced. Out of curiosity, assuming you're still here, what did you think was going to happen when you said that? I mean, you don't know my life. For those on Twitch who don't see the TikTok chat, Mex said, quote, "Go do something in your life other than this, bro. Go spend time with family or something. Go to gym. Don't just spend your life like this." Number one, you don't know my life. You don't. you're making assumptions. But you don't know my life. Number 2, I didn't ask. And people don't just want you to give advice to them without them asking first. They don't. Doesn't matter how good intentioned or ill intentioned your advice is. You might think you're God correct in this, or that it's your God-given right to correct everybody that you see. I didn't ask. So, genuinely, what did you expect to happen here? Did you think, oh, he's gonna read this and be like, oh, maybe he'll just end stream and go change his life right now? Like, you know what? Thank you. You know what? You're right. You don't know. Is that what you were hoping would happen? That's what I hope you were hoping. Because the alternatives, to me, feel a lot more mean. And surely, you're not out here being a whole ass dick on the internet. For no reason. Other than you feel like it. Were you trying to make me feel bad for it? What was the intention here? If you are here, I very much like your answer, because I'm curious. I do want to know what you expected to happen here, how you expected me to respond to this. Most likely you said your piece and then dipped out. But, you know, whatever. To anybody seeing this, just a few simple things that just makes life better overall. 1, don't be a dick. 2, don't give unsolicited advice. Doesn't matter how right you feel. Just don't. Because the truth of the matter is, you don't know what's going on with anybody else. You might think you know, but you may not. For all this guy knows, I'm in a wheelchair. For all this guy knows, I don't have a bottom half under what you're seeing on camera. That's not the case. Also, for all this guy knows, I go to the gym daily. This is just what happens anyway. Because not everybody's body responds the same way or loses weight the same way. You don't know. I won't give you... if you are still here, I won't give you the pleasure of knowing my life. So I'm not actually going to say what anything in regards to that. But yeah, don't be a dick. And don't give unsolicited advice. Other thing. Just one other thing to keep in mind here. Mex, again, if you are still here, if this was intended to be a mean-spirited thing, I hope your day gets better. Or whatever you're lashing out because of, or hiding from, gets better. Genuinely. Because that's what causes, that kind of reaction. That kind of comment. Causes us to... our own bullshit. We lash out. So I hope whatever you're going through gets better for you, man. And I hope that you, in the future, have the opportunity to just not. Anyway, back to the game. So we were heading up here. Hey, take command.
There's much to do, and many unknowns around the place.
There we go.
Increase speed!
Alright. There's another pirate ship. A couple of pirate ships, actually.
Archers! We need you! Get your weapons ready! Brace yourself! Ease up! Increase speed! Here they go! Head for over water! Sails!
Salvage nearby!
Well. Spilled water down the front of me. Like an absolute hero.
Ready the line!
All right.
Now to find the magistrate.
There's some combat happening here. I'm just gonna let it happen. I'm not involved. This one I was. Because they're fighting the person I need to talk to.
I'll enjoy these. I will kill you tonight.
Misthios, you came. We need you now more than ever. Please help us finish the dagger.
I'm in.
If the information you uncovered is accurate, it won't just be the Kingfisher at the temple. It's a gathering of the dagger's leadership. You can wipe them all out and free Evia from their control.
Agapius will not allow his brother to be harmed.
I love Agapios, but Evia must come first. When this is all over, I'll make sure your reward finds its way to your boat. Evia thanks you for your service. Misthios! The dagger know we're here! We need to move fast!
I already did. Or at least I will be shortly. Okay. Viewpoints, please. Okay. Come on. sorry. I didn't mean to say anything like that.
Let me out of here! Τι γίνεται? Ασφαλές τι το παραμένει. Της φαντασίας! I want to get this mission. You, friend! Πρόσω! Φαίνεται! Συγχωρείτε, παιδες! Please, can someone get me out? Μάλλον το εννοώ, λέγομαι. Μάλλον αυτό. Και καβό περνιλέγω. Thank you for your...
The dagger won't go down without a fight.
They won't, but they could. One second. Because I forgot. Swap out my abilities. So here we are. Alright, they're moving on. Alright. Abilities. Swap out that and that. That. And that.
Έκρουσα τον κόδωνα.
Fuck you!
Hello. Good day to you. Άπαντες τρέχετε! Είπα για ο πίσω!
I hope Agapios hasn't done something stupid.
Why am I fighting a chicken? Why am I getting killed by a chicken? Chicken! Okay. Anyway, we were going this way.
We have the best prices around. I'll see you soon.
I was heading up for that.
I hope Agapios hasn't done something stupid.
So this is what's become of my brother. You've clawed your way back from Hades, back to life, only to take the lives of others.
Not from Hades, little Robin. From the ocean floor. Poseidon remained silent as I drowned. I saved me. Me! There are no gods, only mortals. Know that, and you'll know everything you need to rule this world.
Not everyone wants to rule the world. Some of us just want to live in it.
Ah, Amisthios.
Kingfisher.
No! His name is Neritos. He's not just some code name you can cross off. He's my brother. He's family.
All that matters is his guilt, or family matters. Knowing Cassandra, family matters is
Family
the
is
answer.
all that matters.
Yes, yes. No one has to die here. Listen, brother, please.
You've been a slave, brother, but the world is my slave. Its wonders, its wine, its people. We could be masters together. We were always meant to fly, little Robin.
Agapios, you can't trust the Kingfisher. Think of what he's done to our people. Think of the lives he's ruined.
He's my brother. I can save him. I know I can save him. Please, Master Misthios, there's no need for violence.
Your brother can't be saved, or only you can save your brother. I'm going to give him a chance.
You know him better than anyone.
When we first met, you said I could trust you. Thank you for trusting me. Neritos, brother, remember when we were young, when we'd run through the streets of Kalkis?
Father chasing us? Father chasing us? The Robin and
Why
the
did that happen?
Kingfisher.
We can be again. Skyros and Evia and the dagger. We can leave them all behind.
And never return?
We can fly.
Then fly, little Robin. Fly!
No!
Agapios!
Goodbye, brother. The dagger is mine. The Greek world is mine. No one will take that from me. Not my brother, and not you. Misthios! Kill the Misthios!
The dagger end.
Now!
Agapios, my oldest friend. I never should have let you go. Why did I let you go?
You were right to free Agapios, or you never should have freed Agapios. You were right to free Agapios.
You gave Agapios a great gift. He got to be free. For a moment.
A moment. I suppose that's all any of us ever gets. With the Kingfisher dead and his lieutenants crushed, the dagger's done. Evia's free thanks to you.
I hope it was worth the price.
It's freedom. It's always worth the price. Here, hero of Evia.
Robin and the Kingfisher. But you can't trust your own family? Who can you trust?
All right. I want to go get that viewpoint. No, I don't regret giving Agapios the chance to talk to his brother, because I feel like if I had successfully killed the brother without letting Agapios talk to him, then Agapios would have spent the rest of his life with regret and wondering what if, you know? So while it's tragic, that's what it's supposed to be. Tragic.
Let's go. Come on. Ella. Move.
Go. No. point.
Let's go.
Okay. Heroes fall. Interesting. Come on. There you go. She did not want to climb that ledge.
Know this place, Skyros? It's where Lycomedes threw Theseus to his death. Okay. Oh! Madam Tier 1 is coming for my ass. Where's she at? Oh, she's too far away. Or is she? Yeah, she is. One second. Okay. I'm gonna quick travel back to...
Sorry, I'm just checking something. Oh, wrong button. I wanted this button. Oh, right, they don't have a completed list. Fuck. There's some missions that are not showing up that are supposed to be here. Oh, did I close off these missions because of how the order I did the things? This quest will not be triggered. Okay, so that's fine. All right, so we don't need to worry about that one. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's the one we did early, that we just did early. Okay, we did that one. Okay, we did that one. Okay, so we did those. Did that one. And I can't find shit on this one. So I'm gonna assume it's done too. Ah, there it is. Dagger to the heart, not dagger in the heart. Oh, this is the theater one. Yes. Okay, we did that one. We definitely did that, the theater. Okay. Alright, cool. Sorry about that. The way they have the missions on these two islands laid out is a bit frustrating. Alright. So we're done on Skyros. Although I want to take care of her. I mean, she'll follow me, but... Get in the fields. And crouch. Now, please be... Oh, she's only purple. That's okay. Fuck. Ooh, hit her on the butt with that last one. Come on. Recruit, not kill.
Meet a man named Varnavas at my ship. He'll be expecting you.
Now, she's only a purple, so she's not going to be very helpful. Like, she's going to be fun, but... Alright, but the important thing is we got this from her, the Agamemnon's waistband, which was the thing we wanted. How are we doing on the mercenary list, tier list? Oh, we're at the top end of tier 3. We're almost to the top to tier 1, y'all. All right. I'll clear the rest of those out later. Let's put the waistband in here.
There's much to do, and many unknowns along the way.
All right, on to Andros. Ooh, there's Asterion. Not that Asterion. Wrong tab. We want this tab. This guy. I believe we already read that, so we'll take care of Asterion on our way to Andros, which is our mission objective. We have a bounty down here as well. That'll probably be my primary focus. But yeah, Asterion first.
Now, Commander.
Also, I'm going to pay my bounty.
Sailing speed! Oars at the ready!
Hey! Looks like something valuable!
Ilias chases Selene again.
The thing she just said was indicating that the sun is now rising. She was saying the sun is chasing the moon.
Rowers! To your oars! Let's see what they make of fire! Everyone, brace yourselves!
gonna take a second. Swap out that and that. And into the water he went. Look at her go. That's a dancer right there. Kicking some ass. I love that kicking him into the water counts as an instant kill. It's a little less satisfying, but it's funny. Come on. Oh my god. I know, Rotatos. I know there's much to do.
I wasn't even worried. I could never take the Andrestia.
Let's go!
Come on. Give me the prompt.
At the meat could be useful.
Ready yourselves! Let's form the dog! All right.
much to do, and many unknowns in your horizon.
All right, so that's Asterion done. That's this guy. What we got here? Weakening the Obsidian Islands will draw Stokos into a naval battle. Investigate the clue to discover the identity of the cultist. Blah, blah, blah. What we do have is... did it not give me... Oh, it must not be a thing I can actually read. Sage is a ship captain. The letter to Asterion. The sage sailed ashore to see my ship. He was impressed. It's been rebuilt, stronger, faster. Even Poseidon is less deadly than I. We disembark from Milos tomorrow. What I long for is battle. A chance to crack open the hulls of my enemies. What I need is a reason. Someone to make an example of. We are the waves. All right, now, so that person's done. We have this mission to go do, this person to kill, and this stuff to do. Main mission, or let's go after the lightning bringer. Also, I was thinking about it, and I really want to have the Daughters of Artemis. I really miss them. They're not the canonical army. Sorry, not army. They're not the canonical crew of the Drestia, but fuck it. Hear how different they sound? Oh, there's nowhere to dock here. Okay, we'll dock on the other side and then make our way over here.
Raise the sails!
There's Ikaros trying desperately to keep up with this ship sailing at speed. Alright, here's a dock.
Sails up!
There's salvage nearby!
Don't worry about it. I didn't mean to end up in the water. Alright, you know what? No, let's go ahead and do this one. And then we'll worry about the other one later.
Here it is.
Hold on. They sound so like both crews sound amazing, but I really enjoy the Femme crew voices so much more because like you can more clearly hear the harmonies and the vocal talent going into it. It's beautiful. All right. Here we go.
Is that a door? I've never seen anything like it before. How do I get inside? I wonder if...
Who's there? Come out!
Hesitation only hastens.
The grave, I know, Mater.
Your form is improving. Your resolve is strong, but you're not taking action.
I was going to.
I know, but it's the moments in between that decide everything. Your turn.
Leonida's spear.
You're old enough now. My father's spear holds a certain burden, but you're ready.
I felt something.
Huh?
The spear. It has magic.
Carries with it a long line of power. A bloodline of incredible heroes. The same blood within you and me and our family.
All of us?
Think of Leonidas. He had great courage, but he made a great sacrifice. You share in his blood and the strength he possessed. We are able to feel certain things happening around us. That is our family's gift. But not everyone understands that. Some recognize the power we bear and want it only for themselves. They will try to take it from us.
I won't let them.
I know. You're a warrior. If we keep moving forward, always moving forward, we're untouchable. Storm's coming in.
Then maybe we should move forward now.
Mother, I haven't forgotten you. Built on this.
Well, the closest thing to what you think of as gods is the short answer.
How does a place like this exist? How could I even explain this to someone like Marcos? Something's glowing over there.
So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 identical physical apertures. Only one of them seems to still be functional. The other 3 are busted. Knowing what we know about Isu lore and Pieces of Eden, these were probably for forging certain pieces. This, it looks like an axe. That looks like a halberd, or something like that. And that's a sword.
This imprint is shaped like the sword Demos had at the cultists' meeting. Was it forged in this place?
And this looks like a fucking spear. Note how it looks raggedy. As we collect the triangles, we can use them to upgrade the spear.
Forge activated. Synchronizing retransmission chronicity. Contact engaged.
You use this the little triangles to upgrade the spear, which then in turn makes the spear look fancy, which is why my fully upgraded spear in New Game Plus looks the way it looks, as opposed to the raggedy, broken handle type thing. And these triangles are the little pieces of this little pyramid thing that we're seeing on the loading screen. If I remember correctly, the loading screen changes with how many members of the cult you've killed. So currently you'll see that there's a certain number of hearts on the floor around the thing, and that's because if I remember correctly, it's because I've killed only a few of them. But once I've killed all of them, then it's a lot of hearts surrounding the thing. I don't remember for sure though. It's been a while since I loaded my completed game. Oh.
Demos. The forge.
I knew I let you stay in the Animus too long. Your vitals are crashing.
You don't understand. This confirms it. Cassandra didn't just have Isu technology. She had the means to improve it. Imagine how powerful the staff could be.
I admit, that could be an incredible find. But right now, I'm the doctor, and I take care of you. Now get some rest before you go back to Cassandra.
Don't tell me to rest, or you're right, I'll take a break. You're right, I'll take a break.
If you insist, but only because I've got work to do on the outside.
Please, just clear your head. The last thing we need is a cell leader suffering from the bleeding effect and spearing us because we're Hittites or Thracians.
I won't. But Thracians throw great parties.
Don't forget, we're a team. We'll back you up until you're finished your investigation.
I know. Kyoshi secured the loft yesterday and he's keeping an eye out. Elena's on call doing historical research.
And I'm here to talk if you're feeling any confusion from the Animus.
Always the therapist.
Before I read these choices here, each of the pretty much each of the names they just said, except for Victoria Bibot. Actually, I could be wrong about Victoria. Is a reference to a character to characters that were first created in external Assassin's Creed media. So Kiyoshi, I don't remember if I remember correctly, was an assassin who was in God, I don't remember the name of the series. But he was in a series of comics. As was Alana, if I remember, different series, but yeah. And Victoria may have appeared or been mentioned in some of the other stuff prior to this as well, or she may be fresh. Either way, she's not the person who we know got killed in Origins before she joined the Assassins after being recruited by Williams, Layla. Okay, so her dialogue options. What do you think of the mission so far? What do you think of the new Animus? And that's enough for now. What do you think of the mission so far?
So, Doctor, how do you feel now that we're closer than ever to the staff?
I believe this staff is important. But the Templars and Assassins have found staves of Eden before. Nikolai Tesla blew one up in Russia, if I remember correctly.
This is different. If what I saw in Egypt is true, this staff doesn't control minds. It controls physics, time. Imagine rewriting the rules of the universe.
The spear you found is right here, and it's not doing anything.
The spear's attached to a bloodline. Leonidas, Cassandra, and Alexios. They were intimately connected to it.
Are you sure you can use the Staff of Hermes, then?
No. But if the Templars get it, they won't stop until they find someone who can.
And so that's what they're currently looking for. They're currently looking for the Staff of Hermes, who is, which is a stave of Eden. So they apparently also have the spear, Cassandra's spear, but it seems to be inert. We find out why later in the game, much later in the game, most recent in the last DLC. Yeah, we find out why, but not for a long time. What do you think of the new Animus?
So, what do you think of my new Animus?
You mean our new Animus? That's Abstergo equipment.
Which I've modified to within a millimeter of its digital life. It's an Animus console prototype, Raman variant with the I/O capacities pushed to their max. Ultra portable with more calculating power than NASA and CERN combined.
Okay, nerd. I love her.
I'll go stretch my legs. Too bad we don't have access to the Abstergo gym anymore, huh?
Membership costs too much.
Okay, so she was Abstergo as well. I didn't mean to run into you. I'm sorry. This button.
I wonder if the Fry twins would still recognize London. A rooftop's still a rooftop.
Yeah. But yeah, we're in London now, as you can see. Vaguely. Some recognizable architecture vaguely viewable out the window.
I wonder if the Fry twins would still recognize London. A rooftop's still a rooftop. How's it going out there?
Well, no threats in view.
I'm glad we could work together again.
I believe our working methods are compatible.
This is the Kiyoshi guy I was talking about. Why are you so short with me? What do you think we should do next?
Are you still upset about our last run-in with Abstergo? I'm sorry, I didn't realize those hills in Quebec were so steep. But hey, you and your Yakuza reflexes saved us. Sorry, ex-Yakuza.
We're all alive and our injuries have healed. That's what matters.
And what do you think we should do next?
Of course, I'll return to the Animus, then follow the trail Herodotus left to find the staff. But there's so many possibilities, so many choices. There's no way to know which ones are right. You used to run part of the Japanese Brotherhood. What would you do?
Take things one step at a time, observe then act, or kill everyone and search their pockets for answers. You decide.
I mean, yeah, those are kind of the two ways of playing Assassin's Creed, isn't it? Hold on one second. Let me pull him up on the wiki to make sure. Kiyoshi Takakura. Where did he appear? Before this, his first appearance was in Assassin's Creed Initiates, which was a community-oriented project founded by Ubisoft in 2012. It was envisioned as the place for all things Assassin's Creed. It was essentially a website. And it had some in-universe stuff, and Kiyoshi was first there. He was mentioned in a database entry that you unlock in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Jack the Ripper. He was in the Assassin's Creed Titan comics, which follows the modern day storyline involving a character named Charlotte. Come on. Yeah, Charlotte de la Cruz. And the comics that feature her as the primary protagonist did a lot of work to continue and complete the modern day storyline that was started in Assassin's Creed 4 involving Juno and whatnot. You definitely should read them. They're referred to as Assassin's Creed Titan comics, or sometimes known as just Assassin's Creed Assassins. And they have an ongoing run of 14 issues across 3 volumes. Well, not an ongoing. They had a 14 issue run across 3 volumes, I should say. I believe. I don't remember if that was the end or if it had a sequel. Doesn't matter. And then Kiyoshi also appeared in the comics Assassin's Creed Uprising, which that also features Charlotte's. I don't remember. Yes, it did also involve Charlotte. So yeah, that was the sequel. Assassin's Creed Assassins and Assassin's Creed Uprising. And then he shows up in this, obviously. He then also shows up in a manga series called Assassin's Creed Blade of Shaojun. And apparently is indirectly mentioned in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I have not played yet. Either on stream or just in general. And then there's Kiyoshi has been around. This is his first in-game appearance, like actual in-game appearance, and is a strong push for why the comics he appears in are canon, and Charlotte is canon.
Thanks for watching our backs, Kiyoshi. I'll leave you to your work.
I'll report in if obstacle drops by.
So he's out there keeping an eye on the building they're in so that these two can focus on their work with the Animus.
Looks 3rd echelon. Or is it 4th?
Sam Fisher reference. And it's both, from my understanding.
Too bad we had to leave before we could drink some more caribou.
Drink caribou. Caribou. Oh, sorry. There's Greece. There's that's the in-game map of Greece and everything. Let's see. I'll point with her head where we've been. Kefalonia. Then down here, the Megarith. Then Lokris. And then up through there, there's Evia, Skyros, and Andros, and the rest.
The center of the universe, circa 400 BCE.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles are fine and all, but a pet monkey would be even cooler.
We get it, Layla. You're a fucking chaos gremlin. We get it.
I should check my email.
We'll work on it. Oh, we are actually at the email. We'll get to that in a second. Because I thought that's what this was.
Fascinating. Layla, can you believe we're meeting Herodotus himself?
I can. He sure does talk a lot.
Is there anything I can help you with?
What can you tell me about the book?
So does what I'm seeing as Cassandra match your research? I had to tweak the Animus to use what we have of the book as reference.
That book is a lost work by Herodotus. He basically invented the concept of recording history. And other figures are matching up too. Cleon, Pericles. The chance to see the past firsthand is why I joined the Assassins.
Most people would talk about justice or leaping across rooftops, but history's cool too.
I've loved history since my grandpa told me stories about his grandpa back in Ireland. He was an adventurer and sailor, so I'm continuing the family tradition. I feel so lucky.
You make your own luck, remember?
Why do people keep telling me that?
I did also just check. The character Alana does not exist outside of these games. this game, yet. What do you know about Herodotus? Come on.
So I've met Herodotus, but I don't know much about him.
He's brilliant. His histories are considered the foremost textbook of classical Greece. People have made their careers analyzing his words for some new perspective. To see him in his own world, walking in the polis, and... Sorry, but he's kind of a hero of mine.
You can fangirl all you want.
Yay!
I'll leave you to your work.
If you need anything, just let me know.
Okay. That's to get back in the Animus. So...
What?
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 Rabbids. Yay, Rabbids reference. Just like there's a Yay of Sam Fisher reference. Alright, I don't see anything else to interact with at the moment. Other than the email. So let's go check her email. Alrighty, so welcome Layla Hassan. It is currently rainy and 15 degrees Celsius in London, England. Let's see here. We have the Quebec caper. Layla, a conversation between Layla and Victoria. I'm in. How'd you manage that? Let's just say I left a crypto key under the doormat in case Abstergo escorted me out. Was your hunch right? Yep, just in time. They have a location, Notre Dame de Quebec, but can't find the relic, and I'm sure it must be there. Guess they don't have a Catholic on their team like you do. No way. Quebec City, here we come. Also, I love that they did a different... In the actual image of the text, she's got laughing faces, whereas in the text of it, it's a completely different face. I love that. And then file 2, source. Subject potential descendant. Recollects those who possess the ability of recollection. 15th century order of Franciscan monks. 1614, King Louis XIII requested that Samuel de Champlain take a selection of recollects to Canada. Order was abruptly disbanded upon return to France. Operative redacted, tracing bloodline redacted. Recollect friars: Father Denis Jamet, Father Jean Dolbeau, Father Joseph Lacaron, Brother Pacifique Duplessis, Brother Nicolas Vale, drowned in 1925. Location: Cathedral Basilica of Notre Dame de Quebec. 4 centuries of treasures and our archives here. 900 people buried under the cathedral. Excavation uncovered hidden relics. Operative summary: search of Cathedral Basilica of Notre Dame de Quebec. Target item not found. And then there is a sticky note that reads, operative update, September 5th, 2017. Agents have the location under surveillance, awaiting new intel. File 3, the plan. Cathedral Basilica Notre-Dame de Quebec, architectural masterpiece, 1633 historical landmark, and blood repository. Wait, hold on. Okay. Relic is in here somewhere. Crypt. Pretty. Victoria, our good Catholic girl, says valuable relics are often moved to altar. Problem: Church Golden Jubilee crowded with congregants on pilgrimage. Our window, 9/7/18. Cycling race. Keep the cops busy. Victoria, blend in with congregants. Distract priests. Get near altar. Kiyoshi, climb along rooftop to bell tower. Wait for signal. Wear earplugs. Layla, robes better fit. New artifacts unearthed during recent excavations at Basilica Cathedral Notre-Dame de Quebec. Okay. Oh my god! You guys can't see it on TikTok, but let me see if I can fix that. Hold on. This button. I'm gonna move it back in a second. But do you see, for Kiyoshi's little display picture is just a ninja? Feels racist, but he probably picked that himself, so whatever. Hold on 1 second. I messed it up. I moved the thing that I shouldn't be. There we go. Oops, no. There we go. All right. Kiyoshi Takakura. Area clear, slipped first responder money. Victoria Bibo, nice work. Media's got their story. Layla Hassan managed to get the gold paint off, okay? Paint isn't a bother, it's the ringing in my ears. Says Kiyoshi. Victoria says, I can't believe you pulled that off. Kiyoshi says, if you can't believe in a golden Kiyoshi angel flying overhead, what can you believe in? I love Kiyoshi. And...
Hier soir, un cambriolage a eu lieu à la basilique cathédrale Notre-Dame de Québec. Heureusement, les dégâts au bâtiment...
Okay, I'm gonna start that over because I was expecting to not have to read something. Warning, this will not be in English, so read the subtitles.
Hier soir, un cambriolage a eu lieu à la basilique cathédrale Notre-Dame de Québec. Heureusement, les dégâts au bâtiment historique sont minimes. Le secrétariat de la paroisse rapporte que les malfaiteurs sont partis en laissant derrière la cible du vol.
Okay, so not that bad. I'll read it out. We'll listen to it again and I'll read the subtitles over it for those who may not be able to read it. Last night, a burglary took place at the Notre-Dame de Quebec Cathedral Basilica. Unfortunately, the damage to this historical building is minimal. The parish secretariat reports that the criminals left without the items they meant. All right. That was the Quebec caper, which was what they were talking about with the steep hills. Reality is a simulation. Oh god, they're becoming aware they're in a video game. As a simulation, not is a simulation. March 30th, 2018, 2:12 a.m. Took a deep dive into theories about our reality being a simulation and ended up on the weird end of the internet. I'm just gathering information at this point. Not all that I have found has been useful. It's hard to imagine the world we know being another layer of the Animus, but it makes sense in its own way. Layla. 10 religious artifacts with supernatural powers, chilling top 10s. By chilling top 10s. Miracles, just how real are they? Those relics all have some kind of story attached to them, good, bad, or divine. Don't forget to subscribe for more lists like this. Follow our social media for new lists and updates every day. Buy some merch. Relic Saints, top 10s, boobs, funny, fail compilation. Got it. This is a tags thing. Comment 1, cool video, check out my channel. Comment 2, in before, no holy grail. The question mark. A series of letters. And then it says the question mark, secret science investigation. Number 39, ancient Greece. Secrets of ancient Greece revealed. Atlantis, where did it sink? It can satellite photos help us find it. Don't miss, was Herodotus an Illuminati puppet? Hercules, man, myth, it would have been Heracles. Hercules was the Roman. Man or myth, did demigods walk the earth? Three-headed dogs, the Russian following in Demikhov's footsteps. New studies. Pythagoras, what did he know? The founder of the popular theorem also believed that numbers were the key to unlocking the universe. Simulation theory. At if Layla, then Hassan. Hey, WER. We are Hive Mind. I was in Egypt recently and out with some friends when the topic of reality as a simulation came up. It's a bit tinfoil hat, but an interesting theory. Does anyone have any academic resources on this? At the real Betty Bloop. Here's an article about that, written 2 years ago. You might want to read up on Hans Moravec. Layla then says, oh, I know Moravec's work from some studies I looked into on AI and transhumanism. I didn't know he also had theories related to reality being a simulation. He's a science guy working on it. If you want a philosopher, I'd check out Nick Bostrom. And then somebody says, hey, 420 on April Fool's, lol. And posted it at 421. Lol. Damn it. Because he missed the time. Sometimes I think I'm living in a simulation. I'll set things down and they'll move on their own. Sometimes I think I can see holes in my walls that just go to nowhere. You mean windows? Is your house made of Swiss cheese? Reddit boards. Alright, getting the team together. Candidate 1, H. Cunningham. Mission candidate, Harlan Cunningham. From Texas, USA. Speaks English, Italian. VG hand and firearms skills. Undercover potential high. Tourist, art dealer, Vatican. Not this time, off duty for personal reasons. A. Ryan. Alana Ryan, that's the Alana we were talking to. From Boston, USA, speaks English, Latin, ancient Greek, Sanskrit, historian, and Sanskrit. Historian, rugby player, combat aptitude not yet evaluated. Expertise on ancient documents and church construction could be valuable. Not yet. Next. Candidate Kei Takakura. From Osaka, Japan, speaks Japanese and English. VG hand-to-hand, bladed weapon, and firearm skills, former Yakuza. Undercover potential with cooking / gastronomic skills, guest chef for Quebec City restaurant or food festival? Yes, but make sure he doesn't overwork himself off a recent tough mission. That recent tough mission is the one involving Charlotte and the storyline of the comics that I was talking about, because this game came out after those comics. In fact, Origins and this game were both essentially starting new modern day plot lines going forward after those comics essentially finished off the Juno plot line, or at least mostly finished it off. Sorry, bear with me. There we go. Okay. And then candidate 4, V. Bibo. From Quebec, Canada, speaks French, English, MD in psychiatry, PhD in neuropsychiatry, specialized in neurosystem approach to emotional memory function, personality structure, and psychopathology. Left Abstergo after the Ascendance event, recruited by William Miles for unprecedented expertise. Assigned a mission, remember if you kill her, then you'll be unemployed. Yike. 1 second. Victoria Bibo was first mentioned in the Assassin's Creed Unity Abstergo Entertainment Employee Handbook in the data documents that we had. She was mentioned in Assassin's Creed Rogue, and mentioned in and made her first appearance in Assassin's Creed Last Descendants, which was a comic book series or book. It's a novel series. Young adult novel written by Matthew J. Kirby. Released in August 2016. The first novel focuses on Owen, a teenager who attempts to prove his late father's innocence of a crime he did not commit with the help of his school's IT expert, Monroe. He explores the memories of his ancestors in Animus and discovers the existence of an ancient artifact called the Trident of Eden, having caught the attention of the assassins at the Templars. Okay. Anyway, so that was her first actual appearance, not just mentioned. And then she was in Assassin's Creed Heresy, which is another novel written, this one written by Christy Golden. And then she also appeared in The Last Descendants Locust, Last Descendants Tomb of the Khan, and Last Descendants Fate of the Gods, which were all sequels to the other Last Descendants. Then she was mentioned in Assassin's Creed Origins before appearing in this game, Odyssey. She appears in a flashback during the manga Blade of Xiaojun, and is apparently mentioned in Valhalla. The Ascendance event. The Ascendance event was the convergence of several specific bloodlines throughout time, usually centered around a piece of Eden. The underlying explanation is that this event occurs because of sub-DNA, a part of human DNA, which represents the collective human unconscious. Sebastian Monroe, a former employee of Abstergo Industries, discovered that this sub-DNA code exists in a select group of humans separate from their primary DNA, but that it was possibly part of all humans at some point. The Ascendance event has only been documented a handful of times throughout history and is not well understood, governed by sympathetic genetic forces that are still coded. I won't say too much more because spoilers for the Last Descendants book series. But yeah, so basically the Ascendance event involves that. Anyway, and it was after that event that she was recruited by William Miles. All right, moving on to packing for Greece. Animus console prototype variant. Animus console prototype variant. Accessing extrapolated data reconstruction. Subject descendant of Leonidas. Estimated accuracy 76.3%. Victoria Bibo, are you comfortable with that rate of accuracy? Layla Hassan, we're using a centuries-old text to supplement the DNA memory from centuries-old blood. Hopefully the gaps will overlap. VB, understood. Berg had a problem with simulations rated below 80%. To which Layla responds, Berg has a lot of problems. Berg being Otso Berg, Juhani X Otso Berg, who is the leader of Sigma team, I believe, and personally hunting down every assassin. I believe he's also a descendant of Sheikh Cormac. I could be wrong about that, though. Greece. Officially Hellenic Republic, historically Hellas. First signs of human ancestors, circa 270,000 BCE. Earliest civilization, circa 3200 BCE. Independence from Ottoman Empire declared 1821. Joined European communities, now European Union, 1981. Successively part of the Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire, Venetian territory, then Ottoman Empire. Mountainous countryside with Mediterranean climate, called the birthplace of Western culture by historians. Greece. Officially, okay, we read the same thing. That's all the same stuff. Just a different picture. Cool. And then Herodotus and his work. Herodotus was called the father of history. Influential family. Herodotus was himself forced to go into exile in Samos, but then took part in the coup that overthrew the Gdamis. Studied and wrote history/travel books, gave public lectures, gained fame in Drachmi. Greatest work was his history, relies on interviews rather than records, which generally didn't exist anyway. Accuracy disputed, but influence undeniable. The reason accuracy is disputed is because he talks about monsters and stuff. Mythological stuff. He talks, there's the Peloponnesian War and stuff like that. Yeah. Stuff that we're not 100% sure was historically accurate, but it's all we got. His work is credited with saving a mass of invaluable information on archaic and early classical Greece. His work is methodical and extensive. He wrote about Greece and surrounding areas. He traveled the Black Sea, visited the Scythians, and lived in Egypt for months. His books were like travel guides to the ancient world. AR says true, though some of his work on non-Greek cultures was specious. You mean that there wasn't a tribe of cannibals in India who threw feasts with their deceased friends as both guests of honor and the main course? Yeah, there was also that. I'll say a hard no to that. Let's hope his lost book doesn't include that kind of cultural glitch. From what I've been able to interpret so far, he does mention a group of ancient geniuses who sound suspiciously like the Isu. His lost book is supposed to contain the story of a heretofore unknown hero who was a descendant of Leonidas I of Sparta, and we know the Spear of Leonidas is an Isu artifact. Leave it to the father of history to connect the dots. Talk Cassandra. They're talking about Cassandra. He wrote a book about Cassandra. Spear of Leonidas. Rumored to be a powerful and deadly hand-to-hand weapon, Isu technology capable of multiple improvements, unpredictable mental effects, genetic memory storage, question mark. Passed down from Leonidas I to his grandchild. Then who is Alethea? Or Alethea. Alethea. Slide 1. Isu architecture. So, the Isu, aka precursors, or those who came before, they're humanoid and they're ancient. They have triple helix DNA and 6 primary senses. The 6th being the eagle vision. The Isu say they created Homo sapiens to serve them, and who knows if they're wrong. Abstergo classifies them as Homo sapiens divinis. though they waffle on whether they're gods or not. Sometimes individual Isu say they aren't, but usually they act like they are. They like to give themselves god names anyway. Wait, weren't the ancient gods named after them? It's a sort of chicken and egg situation. We know that the Isu had other names before they took the ones we know, like Juno was also called. And just to check, Alethea's not a goddess name, is it? You got it, boss. It literally means truth. But if you ask Heidegger, well, not literally, he's dead. It means the disclosure of truth. He dedicated huge chunks of philosophy to defining exactly what that meant. What's the short version? Aletheia is unconcealedness, as opposed to correspondence, which is truth as accurate definitions of reality, or coherence, which is truth as statements that are consistent with the rest of reality. Okay, I think I'll leave the philosophy to you while I handle tech. Deal? Works for me. And that was a conversation between Layla and Alana. Slide 2. Hold on, I need some water. My mouth is... Whew. Capitoline Isu. So the next thing to realize is that there's Isu and then there's... So the next thing to realize is that there's Isu and then there's Isu. The main movers and shakers were the Capitoline Triad, Jupiter, Minerva, and Juno. Those three were scientists who formed a team to save the world from being destroyed by a solar flare. They were like superheroes with ulterior motives. Jupiter and Minerva appeared to sympathize with humans, but really only seemed to make a move after Toba catastrophe nearly snuffed us out. Juno was in it for the Isu, but mostly for herself. Layla. One of those world-saving solutions was the eye that killed Desmond, wasn't it? Alana. Exactly. It worked short-term, but long-term seems more iffy. If iffy is a word you can use when you're talking about the end of the world as we know it. Aletheia did seem to imply that reality is shifting, or that multiple realities were shifting as calculations were made. Alana, I thought you were leaving me the philosophy. Aletheia is one of the voices we heard in Assassin's Creed Origins when exploring tombs. They're specifically talking about the one that was the tomb that was talking about how the Animus could potentially be used not just to go back in time, but to change time. But if we were able to overcome what a specific kind of limitation, essentially. So, yeah, that basically has Layla on a tear, and that's kind of the whole point of this plot. Slide 3. Juno! So one of the most powerful Isu was Juno. She raised an army of followers trying to help her and her husband, Aita, aka the guy who became reincarnated as the Sage, or Sages, get her husband to help followers trying to help her and her husband Aita get bodies. She wanted to move out of the gray, or a virtual existence in some kind of spiritual tech hybrid afterlife. Layla and the Phoenix Project was going to do just that. The plan was so dangerous that neither the Assassins nor Templars could take it on alone, so we teamed up for a while. And that is and they mentioned Charlotte de la Cruz. AR Layla, I heard about your colleague Charlotte de la Cruz. I am sorry. So am I. Weird question. So I know Mr. Berg used some special explosive to make sure there wasn't any DNA left. But wouldn't there be some trace of the Koh-i-Noor? I mean, you'd think some shards of such a powerful artifact would have survived. They're directly talking about events that occurred in those comics. And yeah, spoilers for those comics, but Charlotte gets killed. And apparently worked with Layla. I'd forgotten she worked with Layla for a bit. And I forgot that it involved the Koh-i-Noor, which we know is another, we know from Assassin's Creed Chronicles India, we know is a piece of Eden. But yeah, basically the plot all culminated with Juno being reborn and the Templars and Assassins being like, we cannot let the followers of Juno do this. This will be bad. And so they all teamed up and took out Juno with a special bomb created by, or not created by, but used by Berg, which eliminated all DNA, apparently. But wouldn't there be some trace of the Koh-i-Noor? I mean, you'd think some shards of such a powerful artifact would have survived. Alana, when Berg blows something up, he blows it up with extreme prejudice. That site is sterilized. So, another weird question. How did Kiyoshi, Galena, and Arend get away then? Too soon, Alana. Too soon. So, Kiyoshi, we know Kiyoshi. Galena was the Russian assassin who appeared in Syndicate, helping Sean and Rebecca for a bit. I don't remember who Arend is. Let me quickly look. We hear Arend's voice in Assassin's Creed Rogue. He's mentioned in Assassin's Creed Syndicate Jack the Ripper's DLC through documents, probably. And then he appeared in the comics that I was talking about, and mentioned, of course, in the Odyssey. So we've not actually seen him, but we did hear his voice in Rogue. All right. So yeah, this all happened like Juno and everything. All that happened like a year or two ago within universe. So the dates I'm seeing are like 2018-ish, which is about when the game came out. If I remember correctly, some of it takes place between Origins and this one, because Layla was involved in some of it. And she wasn't recruited until Origins. Origins, I believe, I want to say Origins was 2016-ish. Yeah, that's about when the comics ended as well, 2016, 2017-ish. Anyway, so that was Juno. Now, Hermes. We don't know much about this issue except that he was one. The Greeks and Egyptians both worshipped him. His special followers called themselves Hermeticists. The god Hermes, particularly in the form of Hermes oh my god. I used to know how to pronounce this. Hold on. Trismegistus. There we go. Hermes Trismegistus. Was all about magic and alchemy, and his staff is the inspiration for the Caduceus. In theory, he met Pythagoras and gave him his staff. LH. We are betting a lot on that theory. We've extrapolated that the staff is the key to the Isu equations of reality theory, based on the information we got in Egypt. The Isu are convinced that understanding the mathematical rules of the universe is the basis to changing. Alana, are you convinced? I'm convinced it might be true, and there's enough to make that staff very powerful and very, very dangerous. That's actually not true about the Caduceus, if I remember correctly. Obviously, hold on, let me do a quick Google. There was oh, it is the staff. Yeah, the Hermes Trismegistus. I forgot that was Hermes and not. Huh. Sorry, something in the article I'm reading caught my eye and made me smile. Because it made me remember a thing from years. Anyway. I must be thinking of something else. It's fine, doesn't matter. And then Alethea. Come on. So who is Alethea? She, that's a guess, I didn't record her using any pronouns, called herself that. She has a grudge against the rest of the Isu for their godlier-than-thou attitude. The Isu unified front showed cracks before, like that time Minerva and Juno argued in front of Desmond, and when Consus reached back through time to contact the assassins behind Juno's back. But this is a new level of insubordination. Layla, fortunately for us, Alethea seems to be on humanity's side. Alana, yeah, she reminds me of Martin Luther, nailing his 95 Theses to a church door. Maybe this is the start of the Great Isu Schism. You've got a knack for naming things, you know that? Thanks, boss. Besides, she's a hacker. I like her. Hacking? Is that what she was doing to the retransmissions? Sorry, I realize that's more my department than yours. You heard the voice change, right? That's when the retransmissions got hacked, replaced right under the other Isu's metaphorical nose. How do you think she did it? Good question. If you want to brute force the problem, try all the security protocols until you find one that works. Then lock everyone else out so they can't undo your work. Or if you're analog, get a stronger transmitter, Mexican radio style. Alethea's big advantage is having all the time in the world to find a solution, like Consus. She seems to be able to see multiple times at once and communicate across them. Multiple realities. I only wish I could do that kind of multitasking. If anyone could, it would be you, boss. Whew. Let me remind myself when Consus contacted the assassin. That's the wrong word. It was theorized to be Joan d'Arc's voices. Also known as the erudite god Prometheus. Oh! Towards the end of his life, Consus, afraid of death, transferred his consciousness into his prototype Shroud of Eden. From there, Consus developed an affinity for the human species, impressed with their ability to become more than what the East had ever intended, and communicated with various individuals in different forms throughout history. In the early 1500s, he became a guardian of sorts to Giovanni Borgia, an assassin born into the notorious Borgia family. So yeah, basically Assassin's Creed Syndicate, that Shroud, we heard a lot of recordings of the Templars talking with a voice that was constant. While he could converse when the Shroud was active, a side effect of subsequent efforts to duplicate the technology, copying the Isu's mind along with it, was hypothesized that Consus was able to communicate to and through individuals with a high percentage of Isu DNA. His consciousness transferal innovation has had far-reaching consequences, and it resulted in Juno studying its mechanics, and her application of the technique led to the implementation of a methodology which allowed the scientist to ensure that her late husband Aita was repeatedly reincarnated in human form throughout the centuries. That is the sage stuff. So yeah. But yeah, you could definitely find the times Alethea, I forget how it's pronounced, reached out to talk to Layla in Assassin's Creed Origins through Bayek. You can definitely find that in my streams. I talk about it a lot when it's happening, or after it's happening. There's also If I can find it. Hold on, let me find my notes. Where is it? There it is. So there was also a prophecy or something like that from Assassin's Creed Origins. Yes, it was a prophecy. So I talked about it at the time it happened. Bayek, during his travels, encounters a prophet who could actually hear or see visions and stuff. And they were visions of stuff that did happen. It was stuff, and I remember listening to the different dialogue lines and saying what that connected to, what that connected to via the within the game. However, there was one dialogue line that I could not connect to, and then I did a Google, and it turns out it connected to this game. That line was, "He walks in splendor in the footsteps of the Therans, a god made flesh." And that points to, it might be a slight spoiler, but we've already mentioned Pythagoras already. But that points to Pythagoras, as in the Pythagorean theorem. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm reading. But yeah, so basically that he walks in splendor in the footsteps of Therans, a god made flesh. That is, it does not just talk about Pythagoras, but it points to a specific location and specific stuff, specific items and stuff. And I won't say more because other than Pythagoras, the rest of it is major spoilers for the rest of this game. And I'll try to remember to talk more about it as it comes up. But anyway, on to email. Oi. All right, let's go to the oldest. That's the 21st. All right. Greetings and salutations. Hi, Harlan. It's been a while. I tried to message you, but you've been offline. What's happening? My favorite sharp-dressed man, Layla. We know who Harlan is. He was not able to come on the mission because of reasons. Hello, Layla. I'm sorry. There's been a lot going on. I just logged off to clear my head and focus on what's important. Don't worry. What's wrong? Is it Errand? I just checked and he's offline too. Please tell me you two are all right. Hello, Layla. I'm sure he'll be fine. He's been quiet since he got back from the Australia mission. The new doctor says it's normal. I took some time off to be with him. I found their husbands. He found a website. Sorry, I found a website where I could order salted licorice and stroop waffles. So that's cheering him up. Aaron's eating junk food and a doctor's watching him, and I just checked and nobody's finished their reports. What the hell happened in Australia? I'll call you, okay? I believe the Australia mission was the one involving Charlotte. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, from Harlan to Layla. Hello, Layla. So like I mentioned, a memorial service for Charlotte will be Thursday at 10. If Galena calls you, please let her know. She left me 2 phone messages, but she didn't leave a number, and I haven't been able to reach her. She might be self-medicating. Drinking. Harlan. Hey, Harlan. It's okay. Let Galena have her bender, and remember that Aaron's oh my god. And remember that Aaron's appreciating all that care you're giving him, even if he can't express it right now. Keep being an angel, you. So yeah, they're all grieving the loss of Charlotte and the trauma of the events in Australia, which are that comic that I was talking about. Again, spoilers for that. From Harlan to Layla. Hello, Layla. Sorry for sidetracking you with personal issues. Was there something you wanted to ask me? Hey, Harlan, don't worry. I was just going to ask you if you wanted to join me on a mission in Canada, but I can do it myself. That mission in Canada was the Quebec thing. Hello, Layla. Have you been in touch with Kiyoshi? He was in Australia too, and he's been asking for work. I'll call him. And so that's why Kiyoshi's with us. Available for assignment. Dear Miss Hassan, I heard you might be seeking a team member. I am available currently. Takakura Kiyoshi. I love Kiyoshi. Dear Mr. Takakura, can I call you Kiyoshi? Did I get your names in the right order? Hi. I heard the mission to Australia was very rough. I can't believe how you pulled off that escape. 3 of you, I mean. I'm sorry. Are you sure you wouldn't rather take some time off like Aaron and Galena? Dear Layla, no need for time off. I am ready for work. Kiyoshi. Return to active duty protocol. Dear Miss Hassan, please let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Victoria Bibeau, and I've recently been brought on as a resource person by your group. Mr. Kiyoshi Takakura is under my care. Of course, details are confidential. Please be aware that I do not a return to active duty for my patient. Dr. Bibeau. Dear Dr. Bibeau, are you fracking kidding me? Dr. Bibeau of Abstergo's Eerie Project. The world's top expert on the bleeding effect. Is this some kind of Abstergo infiltration attempt? Because if so, this is not the Layla. If so, this is not the Layla you're looking for. Layla, who definitely didn't leave Abstergo in a hail of gunfire and shredded files. After stabbing everybody with fuck, whose was it? Was it Aya's blade? I think it was Aya's blade. Hidden blade. Dear Layla, yes, that's me. I assure you, this is not a trap. That's exactly what a trap would say. It's a trap! I assure you, I mean nothing of the sort. William Miles could update you if you require more proof of my current position. Sorry, I was making a joke. You know, it's a trap. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. She was making a meme. She said the meme. She did the meme. Double checking. Dear Kiyoshi, are you sure you're ready for this? Dr. Bibeau just poked me to say you're not cleared to return to duty. While I respect Dr. Bibeau and her medical opinion, I believe a return to duty is necessary. I can be of service to the assassins. Also, this assignment will give me something to do other than sit in my quarters and wait. Dear Kiyoshi, I get you. You're the type who needs to work through your problems. I feel that too. Okay, consider yourself on board. I'll just tell Dr. Daycare that you'll be doing desk duty as my researcher. But feel free to get up from the desk and kick ass if you know what I mean. Dear Layla, thank you for understanding. Dr. Daycare? Dear Kiyoshi, don't tell anybody, but that was her nickname back at Abstergo. She was in charge of putting kids through some super secretive branch of the Animus program. Well, teenagers. That's the initiates. Well, teenagers. It's not that weird. They have pliable brains. And really, if I'd have known about the Animus when I was a teenager, I would have given my left arm and right cerebellum to get in there. But yeah, that's the Assassin's Creed Initiates thing I was talking about, the website. Dear Layla, I see. Thank you. Team effort. Dear Dr. Babo, I know you're in charge of his treatment, but Kiyoshi is really keen on staying busy. So I told him you might let him be my backup for my next mission. It's a really short gig, and I'll put him on desk duty as a researcher. I know Miles has a candidate, Alana. She sounds cool, but he's still getting her up to speed. Quebec City's safe enough as Quebec City's safe as stone houses, and the trip will keep Kiyoshi out of trouble, you know? Your proposal could be acceptable so long as he's properly supervised and performs only light duties. So I've spoken with William and gotten his blessing to join your mission. I know I'm a recent addition to your group, but I lived in Quebec City for many years and I speak fluent French. Dear Layla, Dr. Babo contacted me. Sounds like we're in daycare. You're a funny guy. Dear Kiyoshi, you're a funny guy. I love Layla so much. Alright, those are the emails. We don't have any photos at the moment. Audio. We only have one. Layla log.
The Lost Book of Herodotus. The Spear of Leonidas. If I didn't work for the assassins, I wouldn't believe it. I'm still not sure I believe it. But a little luck and a lot of research later, and we've got ourselves the archaeological find of the century. At least, we would if I could publish it.
Alright. And that's all we've got at the moment. We can go to the store, which is just the Ubisoft store. But yeah. Alright. Oh, nope, that's that.
The center of the universe, circa 400 BCE. Eagles are fine and all, but a pet monkey would be even cooler.
Last thing, then I'm going back in. Actually, I'll try to talk to Victoria first.
What?
What? What? Ma'am? Sorry. I don't think he has any more to say.
No threats in view. I have visual on HQ. No threats in view.
Looks third echelon. Or is it fourth? I wonder if the Fry twins...
Alright. Going back in.
Are you sure you want to go back into the Animus right now? I get the impression you'll be there a long time.
No, I still have things to do. I don't. Yes, I want to return to the Animus.
Yes. I'm ready to go back to Cassandra.
All right. I'll be watching your back.
Bum, 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 bum. Wow. Cleaving opponent ships in two is the fastest way to gather olive wood. Cult of Cosmos. Members of the cult exist across the ancient Greek world. They are interwoven into society and try to control it. If I remember correctly, the only place that we don't actually have a cult member is on Kefalonia. We're loading. Here we go. So now, if you look at the spear, you'll see that the spear's hilt is different. It it's not the jagged wooden end that it was before. It's wrapped in cloth and it's got some kind of a pommel on it. It's not the shiny version that we see when I'm actually playing, which is the final version of it, the fully upgraded version. But yeah, it gets changed and updated every time you bring it to the forge, and it's great. I love that little.
My spear is stronger now. The cult won't stand a chance.
I wonder if they're gonna make me have to come back every time or not, because
well, Herodotus will be happy. It's clear someone was here far before we were.
Even if we, because the spear is fully upgraded because New Game Plus, but I'm curious to see if they'll make us.
This place existed.
I'm curious to see if they're gonna make us have to come back for story reasons or anything.
Time to talk! You're not hard to track.
Did you come alone? Are you all right? Alexios, you're alive!
Don't touch me.
Come on, little brother. You have to tell me everything. What's happened to you?
I don't have to tell you anything. I don't know you.
Well, I know you. It doesn't matter. There's more important things to argue about.
You're right. Like that stunt you pulled with the artifact. It got my attention, if that's what you wanted.
What? The artifact showed the truth. We're family. And we made it out of Sparta alive.
Yes, it did show the truth. It confirmed what I always knew. You threw me off a fucking mountain!
If that's what you think, Alexios, you must have hit your head on the way down.
I've heard this story, and not from a liar like you. And never call me Alexios.
Right, Deimos. Now him, I don't know.
He's a demigod, worshipped and feared by the cult and all the Greek world.
He was the son of Ares, and he wasn't a well, this Deimos is a demigod, but the actual Deimos is a son of Ares and Aphrodite. Deimos and his brother Phobos. I was checking something. Hold on. One moment, please. Sorry. Okay. Gods don't bow to the cults, or that's not who you are. That's not who you are.
Sounds like a fantasy to me. Did the cult cook that story up too?
I'd watch your fucking mouth, or I'll shut it for you.
You didn't when you had the chance before, and I bet you won't now. This is stupid. We need to find our mother.
I'm not interested in reunion. I just want to know what you think you're doing.
Same thing as your cult. Looking for Myrine, our mother.
They don't need her.
Your cultists think differently. She's their next target.
If they ever pursued her, it would be to kill her. But if you don't know where she is, that means she abandoned you too. How sad.
Hold on one moment. Damn it. Come on. Do what I'm telling you to do. Okay. Okay. She's still our mother, or leave her
Even
alone.
if we
She's still
were
our mother.
abandoned, we survived. We can go back to the way things were if we can find her.
The cult has no interest in sentimentality or family. Its only aim is control.
I killed Nikolaus, or I've never found Nikolaus. We found Nikolaus, however, he left. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna tell the truth.
If it's true they're after us, tell them they'll never find Nikolaus. He's off the map. Trust me, I've searched myself.
If I could find you, the other long-lost child of Nikolaus, then I can find him. And when I do, he'll wish he was thrown off that mountain.
I don't care what you think. I'll find Myrini. Do the right thing. Come with me.
What?
We could find her. Together. You could help me.
Oh, you think friendship is the answer? Running around like lost children looking for dear mother. You're so weak.
She's really not. It's not weakness, or don't call me weak. It's not weak.
It's responsibility, not weakness. I won't abandon the whole family just for spite.
Responsibility? Get off your high horse. The cult has a plan, and it won't be interrupted by the likes of you.
What are the cult's plans? What do they want with our family, or I'm bringing down the cult? What do they want with our family? Or no, what are the cult's plans?
Taking your own mother isn't enough for them?
We're not abductors. We're political. Those who don't stand with us stand against us, and they pay for that mistake.
Like me.
Like you. I heard you're planning a trip to Athens. When you go, tell Pericles and his elitist scum they're next.
What do they want with our family?
The cult let Myrini live. They let Nikolaos live. Why kill them now?
Because you live. You brought this on her and yourself. The cult is powerful, but they're mortals. I have the blood of gods, so they think you do too. But they'll see how wrong they are.
Well...
Taking your own mother isn't enough for them?
We're not abductors. We're political.
Like me.
Like you.
I'm going after the cult, you know.
You've seen our numbers. You've seen what I can do. And you still think you stand a chance?
Try me.
So having guts runs in the family, does it? You claim we have the same blood. So let's see what you can do.
Not before I hurt you, which is a fight. Or you're still my brother. Or I'm going. You're still my brother.
We still found each other, brother.
I told you not to touch me.
Demos! Malaka. Herodotus won't believe this. I have to tell him what happened.
Alright, before we go do that... map is where I meant to go. I'm gonna go over here. And we're also gonna go fight the Chimera.
Come on. There he is.
Wait.
Off we go now.
Horse. There we go. The Bay of Nobody. Which is a reference to the Odyssey. The Bay of Nobody is supposedly where Odysseus met a Cyclops.
Watch will be vigilant here.
Speaking of... Time to be a bit more aggressive. Oh, not that gun. This one. That one. Okay. Okay. Alright. Fair enough.
They'll keep a sharp watch here.
All right, one moment. Okay. So I'm actually going to just try to be a bit to be aggressive from the start. Oh wait, hold on. I wonder. We'll see if it'll let me. Nope. I am immediately in combat. Okay. Ooh, but I can do a lot of damage. Hold on. Hi, buddy. Don't mind me. Notice how I took out a fourth of his health bar with that that one ability. That ability was this one, the Hero Strike, which does assassin damage, inflicts 100% of assassin damage. And in this outfit I have, my assassin damage is massive. So yeah. All right. There we go. We got his bow. Now also, what's interesting to note, we now have, or should, don't. Hold on. Where is it? In here? So, the Cyclops eye was glowing. It's a piece of Eden. In fact, you can see it right there, that it's a piece of Eden. And I don't recall, basically you kill the mythical creatures like the Cyclops and you get a piece of Eden, which is what caused them to form in the first place. And it's supposed to give it to me. It's supposed to be in my inventory. It's not, but that's okay. It'll probably show up later. Anyway, so that was cool and fun and diverting. And we can now fast travel to it. Let's go kill the Chimera. Notably not a mythical creature. Well, I mean, it is, but like, I mean, this particular one is not. This one is a cultist.
Come on.
All right, is there a viewpoint here? No. That's okay. There she is.
οφθαλμοί μου πεσέβουσι. I'm eternally thankful, Mystios.
I can't thank you enough. The world's better off without you.
The Chimera of the Silver Vein. Alright, Silver Vein. Okay, that one was her. For this stage, we now have a third bit of evidence. Chimera, letter to the Chimera. Cosmos and our sage, the illustrious wise, are pleased. The slave rebellion in Attica's silver mine is stamped out. The bodies are due to be hung from posts, and we let the whole affair grow violent and bloody enough to send fear into the hearts of every peasant in the land. For this, we are to be rewarded. About time, I say. We owe ourselves good drink. Let the world be in your debts. All right. And that's that. Back to the boat. Oh, can't fast travel because we're in a hostile area. So. Where is it? There it is.
Well, was the legend true? Was it magnificent? What happened to you? And your spear?
Slow down, Herodotus. My spear's stronger now. I can feel it. You were right. There was some kind of artifact there. It showed me a vision. Of me and my mother.
So, the ancient civilization is real. Cassandra, you have no idea the power you possess. All harnessed in Leonidas' spear.
That's not everything. Deimos followed me here. The cult's already moving, he told me himself. They're going after us. My family, Pericles.
Why would he tell you? Unless it was a trap.
It doesn't matter. We have to get to Athens, to warn Pericles. And we need to find my mother before they do.
Then, we go to the Pnyx. If Pericles is anywhere, he's there.
Okay. And that is what we will do next time. As we continue our path to Athens, which is over here. Yeah, over here. Because it says Greater Athens. Attica. All right. All right. Let me quickly throw some stuff in here, like Skyros bow. All right. And yeah. So next mission is to take us over to Attica, and then Athens, and whoa. from there. So yeah. We've made a dent, I'll say, into the map. So much left. That's okay. I enjoy this game. Anyway. So yeah. Let me quickly check something. So yeah, we will go back to Evia at some point, though not for a while. And next is Attica, as we already said. Yep. All right. Question. Game. Is there a place where I can just exit the Animus, like there was in Odyssey or Origins? Is it a thing here? No, I don't believe so. Okay, so no, we cannot freely leave the Animus this time around. Shame. Oh well. Alright. Cool. Alright, let me quickly save. But yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. We went a little over time, but that's okay. We were really close. There wasn't much to do on Andros. But hey. Oh, so sorry. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna call it there. Before we head out, sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit from all the reading I did a bit ago. Before we head out, just a reminder: if you like this and you want to watch like the Assassin's Creed Origins, go find where I was talking about with the Alethea voice and stuff in Assassin's Creed Origins. Go follow up on that or anything like that. You can find all the VODs of my streams over on YouTube, youtube.com/@Krimzonknight, or you can find a link to that in my Linktree. In addition to that, you'll find links to my socials, my Discord, my Twitch, my TikTok, my Ko-fi, my Patreon, and a bunch of other stuff as well. The Ko-fi and the Patreon are for some money in my world. The Ko-fi is basically like a tip jar, whereas the Patreon is if you want to be involved. Money to specifically go for making all this stuff better, or not. It's entirely up to you. Anyway, we'll be back on Friday, starting a new game, Horizon Forbidden West. It will be my first time playing it, and I'm excited because I really enjoyed Zero Dawn, and I've heard things about Forbidden West. I've heard a few bad things about. Well, not bad. I've heard a few meh things about as well, but I'm still excited for it. But yeah, we'll be back on Friday with that, and so until then, remember to have empathy, be kind, be safe yourselves. I love you all. Peace out.